And now the fun begins. Kids, we need you to back from the fence, please. We need you to back away from the fence this way. Thanks. Thanks. All right, as they come by the grandstands, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you who's driving the first half here. In the 05 car, it's Ray Jones of Stockton. In the 8 car, Ron Maddox of Modesto. In the 12 car, Bud Harris of Lodi. The 15 car is Joe Addison of Stockton. The 17 is David Pabst Jr. Number 19, Jeff Lovelace. The 20X is driven by David Ayers of Stockton. The 22A is Sharon Riley. The number 24 is Daniel Habenstrike of Stockton. Number 26, check that, 25, Jake Pitt of Stockton. Number 36, Tim Palacios of Vacaville. Number 42 is Gene Gwynn of Chico. Number 44, Rick Bentz. Number 52, Darren Piper. Number 53, Daryl Jenkins. Number 55, Tim Calvin of Tracy. Number 57, Mike Emmer of Modesto. 62 is Jim Bowerman. 64 is Gene Etheridge. 65, Chevy Hackett. Number 70, Michael Doyle. Number 71, Dan Cannon. Number 74, C.W. Davis. Number 76, Ken Mitchell. Number 88 is Will Birch. Number 92 is Wes Brown. 02, Joe Addison. 5, Pete Anderson Jr. 6, Kenai Scantlin. And 22 is Michael Goost of Lodi. Don't have a name on the 2 car. And the 2 car is David Papp Sr. All right, our drivers now entering what would be turn 3 when you drive left. And there is your green flag on 250 laps. And Mitchell's out to the front on the soap. However, now the 42 car of Gene Gwynn of Chico slips out front. And down the backstretch they go. Making a move now is the 47. The 47. Oh, the 17. My mistake. 17. That's David Pabst Jr. And they begin to bunch up behind there. Problems for that 55 car of Tim Calvin of Tracy. And now the leaders go on by. Gee, not enough soap for me. And there is your leader, David Pabst Jr. He'll take him into turn number 1. The second spot looks like the 2 car of David Pabst Sr. David Pabst Sr. coming to second now. Here they come out of turn number 4. And by the grandstand, your leader, David Pabst Jr. followed closely by Pabst Sr. Then the 42 car of Gene Gwynn of Chico. Problems for the 53 car of Daryl Jenkins. The VW Doug spins onto the grass. And here comes more water in turn number 2. Problems for the 55 car. That's Tim Calvin of Tracy. He's back now under his own power and off the infield grass and onto the track where it's much more comfortable. And now into turn 2 down the backstretch, they had trouble for the 62 car. That's Jim Bowerman. He spins, he's on the infield. They battle it out past the grandstands. A problem for 05, Ray Jones. He's got that going now. He's back on the track into the groove. Here comes your leader, 17. That's David Papp Jr. He's going around the down traffic now. And now the soap, the remnants of the soap coming and starting to take effect in turn number 1. As the cars slip and slide as they go into turn number 1. There's the Lovelace 19 car. The number 12 of Bud Harris goes by. Gets jacked from behind in the 70, Michael Doyle of Dixon. Follows for the 88 car. Gonna have trouble with that one. A nice job of driving there. Nice job by Will Birch of Woodland. And Lovelace gives the car in front of him a tap. That's the 05 of Ray Jones. Lovelace taps him from behind and now goes by. 65 with trouble. 65, that's Chevy Hackett in the Chevy Camaro. And so Ray Jones in the 05 will take a pit stop. We are at lap 9 now on our way to 125. The first half of a twin bill 125 feature. And so far no cars losing power on the track, no obstacles. All 39 cars still on the trail except for the 05 of Ray Jones in the pit area now. Collins for the 55 car. The soap's starting to take effect. And now it looks like the 05 for Ray Jones will rejoin the field. Attention scores. And there goes your leader, number 17. That's David Papp Jr. in the 17. The second spot, I believe, is the number 65. And we've got a problem there in turn number 1. A bunch of cars jammed up. Everybody hard on the brakes. This could be trouble. Trouble for the field. What a nice job of driving there to get around the 65. Here comes the back pack now. Problems over there in turn number 4 for the 20 car. That's David Ayers of Stockton. And looks like can't get the groove back on. And they bunch up behind Ayers in the 20. Beginning to look more and more like a dirt track race here. There goes the 5 car of Pete Anderson Jr. Now we start to see some windshield wiper blades come on. There goes our leader, number 17, David Papp Jr. More problems for the 20 car of Ayers on the infield grass in turn number 4. In the first spot, it's David Papp Jr. Coming in second now is the 65 of Chevy Hackett. Problems for the 62 of Jim Bowerman. He spins in 4. Here comes your leader. Gets by okay. Pabst Jr. continues to lead. Loveday spins. He's got that car back under control, the 19. Here comes the 62 of Bowerman. Problem. Oh, narrowly avoided that one. Oh, just, oh. So the 24, the Jeff Gordon looking car of Daniel Haberstrike cannot avoid the 22A of Sharon Riley. And that will bring out the red. That car is blocking the track, and so all right, so we are under red, lap number 21 for the incident in front of the grandstands. Our officials checking with the driver. Awaiting word now to make sure that the driver of the 22A, that's Sharon Riley, is in fact okay. Here she's moving around in the car. There we go. See some movement. That's quite a hit there. All right, the official ruling, ladies and gentlemen, is she wants to continue driving. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about here. So we'll clean the debris from the track, of course, and we'll wish Sharon the best and see how much longer she can continue in the 22A. Some significant damage to the front end, of course, that radiator. Well, she can pit under the rule. And coming up, folks, this should be interesting. Lap number 25 will bring us our first scorers update. And our scorers in the grandstands will be holding up the numbers. So our leader, David Pabst Jr., virtually from the start. Next time by, we'll have 23 laps complete. And there's Pabst Jr. crossing the stripe. And here comes our leader. 24 laps in the books. We have unofficially the second spot is the 57 car of Mike Emmert of Modesto. The third spot, number 58. '92, got it. 17, got it. 5, got it. 44, got it. 2, got it. 70, 6, got it. 74, 02, 42, 8, got it. 22, got it. 25, 76, 64, 19X, 71. Good job. 65. $62, $88, $12, and 57 and 55. Thank you. $36, got it. $53, thank you. And problems for Lovelace in front of the grandstands. But he continues on like a rock. And here comes our leader out of turn number 4. It's David Papp Jr. in the 17. 05, thank you. Check that while we were scoring. The number 92 car of Wes Brown of Chico has taken the lead now. And here comes your leader, number 92. And now the 17 car of Papp Jr. has retaken the lead. And there goes Papp Jr. zooming by the field. He's got the 92 of Brown on the outside now. 20X down, thank you. Lovelace rejoins the field in the 19X car. Here comes the 65 of Chevy Hackett. Remember, you gotta be there at the end. There's your leader, Papp Jr. The 62 car on the infield once again. That's Jim Bowerman. And now here comes the 55 of Tim Calvin and Tracy rejoining the field. And here comes a big pack of cars. Here comes Herbie the Love Bug. Fine German engineering. And now rejoining the field, the number 24 car of Daniel Habenstrike. And your leader crossing the stripe once again. Problems for the 74 car of C.W. Davis. He'll have to pit on lap 41. coming up on the 50 lap mark. We are 9 laps away at lap 41. Problems for the 20X over there in turn number 2. And now the rest of the pack joining him. Problems there for the 57 car of Mike Emmert of Modesto, stuck on the grid in front of the pit. Still got the screen up. At this point, unofficially, I have the 4th spot of Rick Benz of Lodi. That's the 44 car. The 3rd spot is the 92 car of Wes Brown. Coming to 2nd now is the 5 of Pete Anderson Jr. And your leader is still David Papp Jr. of Stockton. And crossing the stripe to complete lap number 47 is Papp Jr. A battle of the juniors. There's the 5 car of Pete Anderson Jr. .24 down, thank you. Problems for the 62. That's definitely going the wrong way. Not a lot of room to run. Gets around though. A nice piece of jobbing by Jim Bowerman. And we are at lap 49 now. I'm ready. Scorers, get ready. And here comes our leader, number 17, David Papp Jr. 44 down, 17 down. 5 down. 92 down. 2, gotcha. 76 down. 22, thank you. 02, got it. 25, gracias. 8, gotcha. It's upside down. 42. 76, thanks for checking in. 64, right back at you. $71. Looks like 17 has a shot at the lead as they come by. Papp Jr. trying to catch that 44 car of Rick Spence of Lodi. Can he do it in turn number 3? Goes high in turn number 3. Spence is low. Papp's high. Here they come by the strike. Thank you. Got it, 36 thanks. And now Papp Jr. has the lead on the inside, but they're in traffic. Bibbs on the outside, and 36 got it, 19X, thank you. And now Papp Jr. retakes the lead. It's Papp Jr. going into turn number 1 with the lead. Problems for the 20X car in turn number 4. That's David Ayers of Stockton. A smart thing to do. Once again, Papp Jr. coming up on the traffic now. May give a chance for the 44 of Rick Spence to catch up. 12, thank you. Sorry. And they're pushed up in turn 2, but they separate. Thank you, 53. There goes your leader, Papp Jr. Oh, 5, thank you. That 24 car is awful high on the wall in turn number 4. That 24 likes the bottom groove where it's nice and muddy. And there goes your leader into turn number 3. It's the 17 of Papp Jr. The second spot unofficially is the 44. Of Rick Spence. The third spot, the number 5 car, I believe that's Anderson Jr. 74, 20X, thank you. There will be no yellow flags. And trouble for the 76 car up there in turn number 4. The 76 is Ken Mitchell of Stockton. That car may have come to an end of its evening. There goes your leader completing lap number 68. David Papp Jr. He's got a lock on this one. Talk about your dumb luck. The number 76 car of Ken Mitchell has one of the sprinkler valves shooting water right into his car. Your leader completes lap number 771. It's David Pabst Jr. And they bunch up behind from there. Here's problems. Oh, this could get messy. And they get by. Now problems for the 71 and the 2 car. The 2 car says, let me by. 2 car says, let me by. That's David Pabst Sr. 71 of Dan Cannon having some troubles. Now seems to have that car going. Now the 19 checks out. And Lovelace will push the 57 car of Mike Emmett into the pits. That's pretty nice. Once again, problems with the 24 of Daniel Havenstrike. He spins in front of the grandstands and avoids the tires. And there is your leader. 65. 17. 5. 44. 92. 76 down, thanks. 22, thank you. 02, thank you. 2, thank you. 25. 42, thank you. And 55, thank you. '64, Roger. And there goes your Enduro leader, number 17, David Pabst Jr. And, oh no, don't say it isn't so, number 53 into the pits. That's Daryl Jenkins in the Volkswagen Bug. Let's hope they can get her back out there. '71. There's your leader. And now Lovelace trying to get the 76 car pushed to the grid, and does. What a helpful guy he is. Your handyman, Joe Lovelace. $36, thank you. And that 17 car is really opening up a lead now. 88, got it. Problems for the Fuzz. That's Jake Pitt in the 25. This could be the lights out. $62, thank you, 62. Good job, 62. Looks like the 36 car a bit off the pace. That's Tim Palacios of Vacaville. And Lovelace needs a windshield wash. There's your leader, David Paps Jr. in the 17, running away with this thing. That's the second spot, unofficially the 5 of Anderson Jr. Then we have the 44. 12, got it, thank you. And we've got a big splash up over in turn 2. Looks like everybody will get around. Oh, 5. 20X. $74. There's the leader, Paps Jr. Second spot is the blue 5 car crossing the line right now, unofficially. Then it's the 44 car of Rick Pence, followed by the 92 of Wes Brown. That's your top 4 unofficially. Now a battle for the lead. Here comes the 17 of Paps Jr. and the 44 of Rick Pence. And Paps will fight him off on this lap. Pence will stay down low in the groove. Anderson Jr. trying to come to third now. Looks like he has it by a nose. Gives the 24 car a bump, and then they thread the needle with the 24 into turn number 3. But there is your leader, Pabst Jr. 19X, got it. The Kenai Scantlin 6X car checks out for a pit. Problems in front of the grandstands along the backstretch. Don't go too far in reverse. Spin that thing around. There you go. And they're smashing up everywhere now. Coming up on lap 99. And Anderson Jr. making a bid for the lead. Oh. Into turn number 2, they go down the backstretch now. Anderson Jr. gives chase. Here comes lap 100. Five. $92. $44. $65. Thank you. $22 down. $70, got it. 2, thank you. 02, got it. $42, thank you. Thank you, 8. $71, check. 24, thank you. Problems for the 36 car. A light show in progress. That's Tim Palacios of Vacaville. $55. $64. Good job, scorers. And now a good battle for the lead between Anderson Jr. and Pabst Jr. It's the battle of the juniors. And Anderson Jr. is your leader, lap 109. Anderson Jr. takes him into turn number 1 with Pabst Jr. right behind him. They hit into the chute. Now on to turn 2 and down the backstretch they come. Anderson Jr. sneaking by the slower traffic. He's got Pabst Jr. in his mirror. Here they come into turn number 3 now. They thread the needle between the traffic. Anderson Jr. will drop down low. Pabst Jr. on the outside now. Into turn number 2 they come. Anderson Jr. with the lead. Pabst Jr. trying to make a move to the outside now to track down Pete Anderson Jr. Here they combine across the stripe to complete lap number 111. Pabst Jr. giving chase, but Anderson Jr. fighting him off. Into turn number 2 they go. Now look, Pabst Jr. trying to make a move. Now Anderson Jr. puts some traffic between he and Pabst Jr. as they combine to complete lap number 112. Anderson Jr. your leader. There's Lovelace crossing the line. The 22 cars back out. '30 or '88 got it. Anderson Jr. leads them down the backstretch now. Problems for Pabst Jr. He is stuck in traffic. And Anderson Jr. putting some distance between he and Pabst Jr. Pabst Jr. kicks contact with the wall in turn 3. And he gives up some valuable ground. 74, thank you. There's the 88 of Will Birch. The 22 of Sharon Riley back out now. 5. And problems for the Birch car. 88 spins onto the infield. Here comes your leader. A 52, gotcha. There's your leader, number 5, Pete Anderson Jr. beginning to lap with traffic. Trying to get by C.W. Davis. Davis gives him a shove. Anderson Jr. holds on to the lead. And the 17 of Pabst Jr. trying to make up the valuable ground he lost. Well, lap number 117 now in the books. This race officially at 44 minutes. Anderson Jr.'s got C.W. Davis in front of him. He needs him out of the way. He's going to give him a little push if he can. And now Davis going to let him go by. He goes high, and there goes Anderson Jr. No. C.W. Davis fights him off once again. 05, thank you. Here comes Pete. Lap number 119 in the books. 6 to go on the first half of our twin bill 125s. And remember, immediately following our Enduro 22A, thank you. Got it. We'll have our rollover contest. I can't wait. Here's the leader, lap number 120, 5 to go. Lovelace needs another squirt. Anderson Jr. out for a drive in the park. .124 complete. This will officially be lap 124. in the books, 1 lap. Lap number 125 coming up. Here comes Anderson Jr. out of turn number 4 now. 19X, 5. And there is your red flag. We are under red. And now we have some official scorekeeping to take care of. And a little bit more soap, I believe. 92, thank you. We need a lot of soap. I can't hear you guys. Yeah, now you're talking.
Here, Sam's on. Oh, yeah, man. Where they at? In one of those crates. I'm expert on these Lincolns. Kenny, come here, push down on this hood. Trunk. Whatever this is. Got a little bit? Barely. Go, go. Hey, tell me how much you was running. How'd it go for the first 35 laps? Slick, very slick out there. Slick. That's pretty slick out there. Hey, this is Big Chuck. Hey, this is Big Chuck here. He's going to take over from on here in the second half. There we go. Gonna run good. You want to drive? Right. Save you 25 laps? You don't want Blackwall out? Oh, you got hit in the tie rod. We took a hammer and beat it out straight. Yeah. Sledgehammer and pound this thing back out so I can get on that metal now. Coming down! Coming down! Yeah. Oh, you gotta go in from this side. Yeah. go out there and make a fool of yourself.
Yeah, I will. Okay, thanks.
Honey. All right. You need a knife? What? 2 of them.
You wanted more soap and water. Once again, thanks to the fine folks at Van Ruler Water Truck Rentals. Soap, 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 soap. Ah, yeah, send them out there in the soapy water. All right, well, you can see that Anderson Jr., who was the leader in the first 125, is up front. Next to him is the 17 car of David Pabst, who was the leader for the better part of the first 125 laps until Anderson Jr. got that car dialed in. And here we go. First race officially ended at 47:43, and we are underway the next 125 laps. Anderson Jr. up front along with Pabst Jr. It's the case of the Junior twins. Here they come by to complete lap number 1. The third spot is the 44 car of Rick Bentz. And the fifth spot is the 92. Troubles here for the 8 car of Chuck Green. And now Lovelace trying to get it back going. 72:02. $22, $42, and now our leader Anderson Jr. beginning to encounter the lap traffic, trying to get by the 20X car of Ayers, and does now, and he'll take him down the backstretch, hit it for turn number 3. The second spot is the 17 car of David Pabst Jr. and problems up there between 3 and 4 for Ayers, and they're trying to break free, and now do 65. And now the 62 is free. That's Jim Bowerman. Problems up there between 1 and 2 for the 12 car, I think that is. Problems for the 88 of Bill Birch as well. 8, got it. It's upside down, 8. And so Anderson Jr. continues his lead. We're now at lap number 8 in our second of 125. 71, thank you. He'll take it down the backstretch now, and Pabst Jr. giving chase, but Anderson Jr. looking as though he's beginning to open up that lead now. Troubles for Jeff Lovelace over between 3 and 4. If I know Jeff, he'll get that car rolling again.